Sure. One of the lines we have back on, we should be bringing power up early afternoon. We have another 2 to go. Within the next 24 hours, they'll be up.
Can you go through the entire process from start to finish about what happened, starting with Wednesday when one of the lines went down? Walk us through.
Heat hit, as you know. We had people were pulling more power. At 8 o'clock on, say, Wednesday evening, the first line went down. Typically when that goes down, we start repairing it right there. Called DT in, helped us splice. Then as the heat continued to Thursday, got really hot. One went on at about 140, and then we had to make an emergency call, 150, the second one went off. When that happens, you have to basically take those buildings offline.
So between 140 and 150 the call was made? Or?
2 went, yeah, about 10 minutes.
And so then you said we need to take the power off of Cobo and City Hall?
Right.
Could there have been a warning to everybody at City Hall, like, hey, 10 minutes, everybody get out of the building?
It's the best you can do. You're in emergency situations there, and we did the best we could do right there.
And, I mean, we're only in June here. What happens when we get to July and August and we have 4 or 5 90-plus days in a row?
The system is an older system. We have to think about people need to shed load, so we have to take even more precautions and give earlier warnings and be diligent on the equipment.
What are you going to do as far as preparing people for future outages or preventing future outages?
Same thing. It's the weather. It's raining now. It was very, very hot. So as we start to make sure that people shed load, when we ask them to shed load, that's what they have to do.
Just explain to the old lady who's sitting on a couch. What does that mean?
Shed load, that means when we ask the major businesses in the community to turn down from 100% load when they're running all their chillers, on their evap coolers, we say, hey, Cobo Hall, take it from 100% down to 75%, we mean it.
Did they do that?
Yes, they did it. Need to do it a little bit faster next time. We wouldn't be in this situation.
So on Wednesday, was there like a memo that went out to people?
No, you don't memo. In an emergency situation, you pick up the phone and call.
And the request was what? Like stop using what?
We went Wednesday evening. We go from 100% to 75%, down to 75%.
Meaning what?
75% of load. So.
Meaning what? Don't use your lights as much in the office, or?
No, and again, these are major systems. So, whether it's in Cobo or in KMAC or any of those buildings, they can go to their alternative load. They can use chillers and not use chillers. We ask them to pull back their major load.
So what happened at each, if there's a place like, I know one of the hospitals obviously depends on you guys as well, right?
Hospital we didn't take offline. DMC is always online. They have also alternate generators. So the jails, the police station, #1 priority, safety.
The work that's supposed to be done at the city-county building, if there was big work or meetings to be done, I mean, did people have to scramble to go find other
We're
places?
working today. We didn't work in KMAC. The mayor's executive team is meeting most of the time, so you don't stop working just because you don't have power.
Where are you meeting?
Well, we met a couple different places, but the people that are in Cadillac Tower, we have people around the city.
There's that one big facility near the wharf that provides the power. Am I correct in that?
No, Mistursky Power Station?
Yes.
Mistursky Power Station is essentially, it's an older unit that we've mothballed. It was a coal fire plant that turned into an oil fire plant that we're not using anymore. That's where the tie lines come in. I think some of you were down there yesterday afternoon to see the actual facilities, but that was, that's where the tie lines come.
So what is you started at the beginning saying that some things had been updated. What was brought back up? I'm not a technical person. What was brought back to life to make power?
No, what happens is there's 3 tie lines, okay?
Tie lines?
Transmission lines.
Transmission lines,
okay,
please,
transmission
yes.
lines are used to transmit power.
Okay.
All right, when you transmit power, when one of them goes down,
okay,
you have to reconnect it. So as, I think it was Channel 4, sorry, but Channel 4 actually came to the site, saw the blown transmission line, and we fixed them last night.
Chris, in general, how bad off is the system?
System's an older system. I mean, it's no different than any of the Chicago system. It's no different than any of the major cities around the Midwest. We just have, we're an older city that has infrastructure issues, as we all know.
What would have happened yesterday if that call wasn't made to shut power off to Cobo?
The grid can go down. The entire grid can go down. So the entire city could go down.
The entire residences too, or just?
Residents as well.
But I thought DT does residents.
DT's some, we do the others. So it's, again, you're looking at the grid, we talk to DT all the time.
So how many residences would you guys?
Repercussions because of what happened yesterday? Or
Excuse me?
Will there be any repercussions because of what happened?
No, I think the team acted great, and our relationship with DT is fantastic. They were there through the night, we were there through the night, great team. So
how many residences do you guys take care of?
We don't do residences. That's not. I mean, we have 220 customers, major customers.
But how many residents sort of lost power if you just said the
No, it depends. You'll have to ask DTE on that.
Okay, and we'll give you guys updates if they become available.
So what's the bottom line at the end of the afternoon? You say by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, everything will be back, or?
We should be back early afternoon.